Hey there guys, PortalMaster9351 here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about something a little bit different than normal, and that is the brand new trailer for Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Now this I did not know was coming out today. My friend randomly texted me, hey, have you seen the trailer yet? I said no, and he told me to go watch it ASAP. We had a little bit of a discussion, and I decided that I needed to do a video on this topic. With the amount of controversy that this trailer has generated, I did kind of feel the need to actually go and make a video on this. So if you're not aware of this movie trailer, it's basically, as it sounds, it's Detective Pikachu in movie form. Go check out the trailer if you have not checked it out yet, because this video is not going to make a whole lot of sense if you have not gone and watched it just yet. So I do recommend watching it first, only a couple minutes, so go ahead and do that. But anyway, what is the controversy? Well, the controversy is that they don't like how this thing looks. And I understand that. You know, I titled this video, is it cute or is it creepy? Because I definitely get that off this character. Is this rendition of Pikachu, is it cute? Is it creepy? What do you think it is? And that's what this video is about. But before we, sort of talk about the core controversy, let's actually talk about this movie a little bit. First up, I love the casting of this movie. Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu, or Pikapool as I like to call him, as you can see up there in that fan art. That's one of my favorite pieces of fan art for this movie so far. Casting is absolutely wonderful, and I think that this is really set to do quite well in terms of the actual story of this movie. The plot did not get a whole lot of spoilers in the main trailer. A lot of criticism of trailers these days is that they spoil the whole movie, and that definitely is not the case in this very first trailer. It outlines the plot, but does not really give a whole lot away. And also it shows off a lot of the world that this movie takes place in. And so I love the casting. I love the world building of this movie as well. As you can see from this picture, there really is a lot of attention to detail in this movie, and really, there's so much going on in this picture. I will say it does seem very noir. I actually almost get a Blade Runner type of feeling based off of this picture. I don't know, it just kind of feels oddly dark. Although I guess with it being a detective movie, that does make a bit of sense. Obviously, it's a mystery, kind of thing. You don't want it to be bright and, just happy all the time. It does need to be a little noir. So I get that. I definitely do. But it's just an interesting little observation. And I seriously think that if you get past the whole, art style of the Pokemon, I seriously think that this trailer already reveals that this movie is gonna be pretty good. I mean, video game movies have not done that well in the past, except for a few, but I actually think that this has some potential, and I am really liking where it's going so far. But obviously, here's the main controversy. These things don't look like your average Pokemon. Okay, yeah, Charizard looks awesome, but does it look anything like the Charizard we're used to? No, it absolutely doesn't. Well, in my opinion, it looks just fine to me. This is exactly how I would expect these Pokemon to look like if they existed in the real world. Exactly like it. We've gotten fan art in the past of realistic Pokemon, and I think they're pretty darn similar in terms of the style. Obviously, with Pikachu, it looks a little creepy at first, but I think once you get used to it, it's not so bad. I mean, we've been seeing the same renditions of these characters for the past 20 years, so of course when we see them done in a completely different art style, it is going to be a bit of a shock to us when we first see them. This is the first time that any form of official Nintendo media has been put out with these characters in realistic art form. Otherwise, it's all been anime or pixelated in the games. This is the first time we've seen them as such. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, I think they've done a really good job for the very first time representing these characters. I am personally very, very impressed with what they did. And whether or not you think it looks cute or creepy, I still think they look kind of creepy, but hey, I don't care, because I think they look cool and creepy. Not necessarily cute, but they do look cool and creepy at the same time. But I mean, hey, they're literally called pocket monsters. That's what Pokemon actually means. They can't all be cute and cuddly, even if Pikachu is like a little electric mouse. So I don't care about the art style. Obviously, I would if they looked horrific or not true to their original designs at all, but they look just fine to me. And I think for a live action movie for the first time, this is pretty good. Now, it's obvious to me that they are pretty much trying to do a lot of world building in this particular movie. The trailer sets the world up pretty well without giving off a ton of spoilers. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of detail, and really you can start to see how this Pokemon world really works. And in my opinion, they are going to try to make this into a franchise. Obviously, we just got the first trailer. It's a little too early to jump to that, but I think that if this movie does even somewhat well, I think they're going to try to make a franchise out of this. It's just what you do in 2018. I'm not opposed to it as long as this movie actually turns out to be good. You can't get a whole lot from the very first trailer, but I definitely think that it is heading towards it's heading towards a good place, in my opinion, at least. So I'll be interested to see where they go with this if we end up with a Detective Pikachu cinematic universe. One thing I did notice is that primarily Generation 1 Pokemon, maybe exclusively Generation Pokemon, or Generation 1 Pokemon, I honestly can't remember off the top of my head, were shown in the trailer. There were references to like the Sinnoh region and stuff like that, so I'm curious if this game, or if this movie takes place in the Kanto region, or if it just takes place in an unspecified region, because I did notice that it is primarily Gen 1 Pokemon. Although I guess if they're trying to make it appeal to as many people as possible, it would make sense to use Gen 1 Pokemon because those are the most familiar ones. But I don't know. I'm really interested to see where they go with this, and overall, I think that this movie is great. I think it is headed towards a great place. Even if that Pikachu does look a little more creepy than it does cute, it still looks pretty awesome. Anyways though, that is all I have for you guys today. Tell me what you think about this video and about this trailer down in the comments below. I really want to know what you guys think. Anyways though, that is all I have for you guys today. This has been Portal Master 9351. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and shout out to all my patrons on Patreon, especially the Collector Creepypasta and Portal Power TV. See you guys next time.